Sales should be fun. And this week I thought rather than trying to teach you something or help you solve one of your sales related problems, I thought we ought to have some fun. So what I've done is I put together my special list of the top 10 indicators that you might in fact be a salesperson. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to joke around with salespeople and the stereotypes that we have. And of course I don't want you to think that I have any disrespect to the profession, because I do believe that the profession of selling is a powerful profession, and it's a profession where people really have the chance to help other people. Still, I think it's important to have fun from time to time. So this week, let's take a look at my top 10 reasons or top 10 indicators of why you might be a salesperson. You might be a salesperson if you know how to use specific features of PowerPoint that even Bill Gates does not know how to operate. Look, this is just wrong, okay? I mean, the program's not that great, and it's not that interesting. Look, go do something, get a hobby, I don't know what, but if you know how to use PowerPoint that well, you definitely have problems, and you definitely are a salesperson. Number 9, you might be a salesperson if during a date you are watching for body language and verbal cues to alert you of when the best time to close is. Haven't you figured this out? This is exactly why you're on a date. I mean, come on, not everything's about closing. You can't do that. Number 8, you might be a salesperson if you and your children practice the 57 ways to overcome a price objection during breakfast. Isn't it enough that your family has to see all the stuff you sell lying all over the house? I mean, come on, don't torture your kids at the breakfast table. And I promise you, your family really does not care about the latest features about the products that you're selling. Number 7, you might be a salesperson if the staff in hotels hide when they see you coming. You can stay there, you can sleep there, you can eat there. But please don't chase the hotel staff around trying to sell them something. I promise you, they don't like it, and they probably are never going to buy something from you anyway. Number 6, you might be a salesperson if 95% of your casual wardrobe consists of t-shirts and other clothing with corporate logos on them from all of your customers and from all of the companies that you have met at all of the trade shows and all of the trade fairs that you have visited. But I'm pretty sure that this is illegal to do in Italy. Not to mention, it's ugly. Here's the rule, okay? If you get it for free, it can't be that good. Number 5, you might be a salesperson if you have more than 2 mobile phones and you think it's normal. It's not normal. Trust me, okay? 2 phones, that I can live with. I got 2 phones. But 3 or 4 or 5 phones, man, you're losing it. And I'm sure that everybody around you is being driven nuts when they hear your phones ringing all the time. Not to mention the fact that I'm sure that nobody's ever going to let you in a movie theater. Number 4, you might be a salesperson if your spouse is your best customer because they've agreed to buy from you over 100 times. Just so that you will shut up and stop talking in your sleep. This will not help you in bed, I promise. And there's another problem with this because you one day may not wake up, okay? Number 3, you might be a salesperson if you know the cosmetic preference of over 95% of the secretaries in your city. This is a little bit too extreme for both men and women. I mean, look, I'm all for building relationships, but this is ridiculous. Plus, you need to spend most of your time with decision makers rather than the secretaries. Number 2, you might be a salesperson if, rather than collecting stamps or coins or teaspoons like normal people, you are an astute collector of security passes, name badges, and conference admittance tickets. What? You can't remember who you are? I mean, come on. What are you going to use all these for anyway? Plus, so many conferences these days suck. I would be embarrassed to let anybody know I attended one. This is a little bit over the edge. I mean, come on, let's get real here. Number 1, you might be a salesperson if last year for Christmas, you gave your spouse a collection of your company's finest business souvenirs in a box that was marked not for resale. I have no comment except, man, you better get a life. Now, if you're in sales or you've been around sales for any period of time, I think you're laughing with me about my top 10 list. You know, there is a little bit of truth in this, and I just want to encourage you that, as I said before, the sales profession is powerful and it can be such a blessing and such a benefit to so many people. But I'll tell you, if you want to get away from the stereotypes, simply remember these 3 things this week. Number 1, when you relax with a customer and you just be yourself and share your heart with them and you're open with them, I'll tell you, miracles really do happen and you really do build relationships. Number 2, when I was first in sales, I was a magnet for information. And this is well before the internet. Because I realized that the more I knew, the more I could potentially make a difference, not only in the life of my customer, but also in the life of myself. And number 3, this week, remember, you got to enjoy selling. Because selling should be fun. And I promise you, the more fun you have, the more fun your customer's going to have. And the more they're going to buy from you.